Well, hello YouTube, I am RL, coming again from my channel, and today I'm going to be talking with my friend, CK.
How's everybody doing?
Welcome back. So, CK was my first podcast interview.
That's right.
Well, not interview, like we did our first podcast, my very
Special
first
guest.
Exactly,
Yes.
special guest, ongoing special guest, creative consultant, all the titles that I could come up with.
Technical support.
I never use that, but it's true.
It is true.
It's very true. So we're going to talk about frozen pizzas. This is the second in our series of pizza reviews.
Pizza reviews.
I don't know how many we're going to do. I think we're with two.
So far, I think two's fairly
enough.
good.
Two's enough.
Yeah.
But if we find something else, it's my passion for food that's really creating these podcasts, wanting to share it with the world, or with, people, obviously, you guys too. Well, you're part of the world, right? I think
It's hard to start grading these pizzas when you start at the top, right? From here
yeah,
on.
pretty much I'm basically saying is I don't know if I want to continue because I don't know if there's enough pizzas out there, frozen pizzas, that qualify to be able to review them. I don't know if I really want to review every frozen pizza that's out there.
That is true.
Who would really? So we're going to get started. We didn't chew this time. We just ate it with breathing. We breathed it in, which I basically do anyway, so, which is perfect. I inhale my food. So, yeah, so the pizza today we'll talk about is the Schwartz's pizza. I kind of touched on it when I reviewed Mike's pizza, saying that this is my favorite frozen pizza, the Schwartz's pizza, which is the smoked meat, Montreal smoked meat. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it's a Schwartz's is basically a Montreal delicacy. It's the best, considered the best smoked meat in the city. There's other locations that make smoked meat, like Dunn's and a few other places, but Schwartz's is considered the best.
Place.
The best.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask, what do you think about this pizza?
My initial reaction before I had tasted it was smoked meat on a pizza? Question mark.
But I told you there's going to be smoked meat on the pizza.
I understood.
You were not shocked. You were a little disappointed. Yes, I remember you said you were disappointed, but you knew that there was going to be smoked meat on the pizza.
I did, and it's not that I don't like smoked meat. I actually love smoked meat.
Yeah.
I'm a smoked meat sandwich person. I'm not a big meat on pizza person to begin with, so I think that might have set me up for a unfavorable review. But I'm not sure what it was. I didn't mind it on there.
It just wasn't to your liking.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing. Again, for me in pizza, I'm not as much of a connoisseur as you are, RL, with pizzas, and my taste buds are pretty particular. But I was open to a really good pizza, seeing as you had praised this pizza. As a pizza, it's a great pizza. It's not a frozen pizza by any means, if anyone were even to taste it. It tastes like a stone-fired pizza.
And that's what I want to do for these reviews. I don't want to review frozen pizzas. And the reason I wanted to review these is because I wanted to introduce people to pizzas that are not typically a frozen style of pizza. Because my opinions, before I had the Mike's and the Schwartz's, most frozen pizzas are only really worth buying when they're on sale. I'm not spending $9 for a frozen pizza.
Correct.
When they go on sale, it's like, you're hungry, you're in a grocery store, which you never should do, go to a grocery store when you're hungry, but I always do that. That's my biggest mistake. I will prove on that another time, but that's not the topic today. That's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to go into talking about frozen pizzas that are not frozen pizzas, if that makes any sense. Is that a pizza that can be almost a restaurant quality pizza from a box instead of going to a restaurant.
Correct. Really, any food can taste great if done right. And the pre-prepping, the prep and the setup of this pizza is like something you'd get at a restaurant. The crust was fantastic. It had enough air in it. The crust had crunch in it, and the toppings and the cheese melted as I expected. It didn't feel manufactured. It felt as though it was prepared.
If you got this pizza at a restaurant, let's say you went to a restaurant and ordered a pizza, and this was the pizza that you got, would your initial reaction be, this is a frozen pizza? What the fuck? What are you doing? Why am I getting this pizza?
Not at all. Not at all. It came out as though, like, if I went to a Pizzaville or to a Pizza Nova or anything like that. I know every pizza place has its own taste.
It's not something that you would be shocked to say, okay, this is kind of crap. Why am I eating this?
It doesn't taste like a crap pizza. You know what tastes like a frozen pizza?
Frozen pizza.
Little Caesar's pizza tastes like a frozen pizza.
Oh, and they're a restaurant. They're
a restaurant, and it's prepared right in front of you. Yes.
This could be our second podcast linking frozen pizzas to restaurant pizzas. This is like almost like a bizarro podcast.
A Bizarro review.
Yeah.
Pizza review.
Anyways,
yeah.
but we're not doing that right now. I'm just getting ideas, so that's all. What I wanted to ask is that you felt that the crust was really well done.
Yes.
It wasn't a typical crust that you would get from a frozen pizza.
Correct.
You know, like that cracker crust that we talked about
That's
in our
right.
first podcast. It's
Or
just
the cardboard crust.
cardboard crust.
That's right.
You know, which actually Domino's had that for a long time, I think. But they changed it. Now it's not so cardboardy. But the pizza was a very good pizza.
It was a good pizza. It was a success. I've been informed
Would have been
that
better.
there are different toppings. There's
It
different
would have been
styles,
if it
right?
had a different topping. Let's say if it was like a standard topping, maybe pepperoni. Well, you don't like pepperoni, but if it was say mushrooms, onions, tomatoes,
Oh, yes.
maybe something you would have enjoyed it a little bit more because those are the toppings that you enjoy on a
Correct.
pizza compared to something that like, you don't really like meat on a pizza. Now, for me, the opposite is true. I don't necessarily like meat on a pizza, but I love smoked meat. I'm a smoked meat guy. I was born in Montreal, raised on smoked meat, and you know, for me, having smoked meat on a pizza is not considered the norm. It's kind of out of the norm, but I'm okay with it because I love anything you can put a smoked meat on. I would put smoked meat on bread. Obviously, that's where it goes. I put smoked meat on a cracker even, but that's kind of contradictory to my liking the cracker pizza. But I'm trying to say is I love smoked meat, and
it's welcomed on a pizza because you like pizza as well. So
Yeah.
this is a double bonus for you.
Yes. And when I had it the first time, I was shocked. I was like, I've never seen a Schwartz's pizza before. I was looking at the aisle, frozen aisle for pizzas, and I wanted something different. And this pizza, when I put it in the oven and I took my first bite, I was so amazed and I was so shocked. And I know this sounds like I'm over-exaggerating, that I'm being a little bit dramatic, and I can be dramatic, but I felt that this was the best pizza I've ever had in the frozen pizza category.
Hands down, probably one of the best.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the Mike's pizza. Now, if the Mike's was cooked just a little bit longer for that crisp, which goes back to our first pizza review, then that pizza would have been up there. But I love the cheese and the crust on this pizza. I think the prep alone is what makes the Schwartz pizza stand out from all other. And I've had PC brand frozen pizza. I've had other brands of frozen pizza. And I personally believe that, again, if this was served to me in a diner of some type, I would have no clue that it was not stone baked or oven baked.
And you can't say that for most frozen pizzas. You
No,
really
you
can't.
can't.
If someone gave you a McCain's pizza, if someone gave you a Delissio pizza, now the commercials are all, we've heard the commercials, we've seen the commercials, the advertising for pizza. Oh, it's Delissio, it's delivery, it's bullshit. It's not delivery. It doesn't taste like delivery. I'm not trying to bash, okay, it does sound like I'm bashing. It's a good pizza, but it's not a pizza that you would want if you were sitting down in a restaurant. If you had that, you would know automatically this is definitely a frozen pizza. This is not high-end pizza. The Delicios, the McCain's, those pizzas, you know they're frozen pizzas, and they just don't cut it if you want a restaurant-style pizza. Frozen pizzas that taste like restaurant pizza. Yeah.
I give it 2 thumbs up. I definitely think it's frozen pizza that is above and beyond a traditional frozen pizza. And I'd have a Schwartz again, hands down.
I got another in the freezer, but I'm not going to make it right away. But the thing about their pizza, it's going to be very limiting because they're known for their smoked meat. So they're probably not going to have pizza that has much, how do we say, there's not going to be much variation in variety unless they put like different toppings with the smoked meat. Because there's always going to be smoked meat because smoked meat is the
their
pizza.
Thing.
That's their thing.
That's their signature.
So,
yeah, I get it.
Look, it's a really good pizza. It's not for everyone because not everyone likes smoked meat on a pizza. As we said, it's a enjoyable pizza. It crust is really well done. It was cooked well.
Definitely.
But what did you think of the sauce? Did you notice the sauce?
The sauce wasn't noticeable. First thing that hit me was the crust and the cheese. Those are the 2 things that really stood out for me about the pizza. You know, it's crust, sauce, cheese. That is the 3 core ingredients of most standard pizzas. Those are 3 factors that anyone would grade a pizza on, especially sauce. I think sauce and crust are probably going to be 2. Some people are sauce over crust. Some people are crust over sauce. I'm a sauce over crust person. That's why certain pizzas like Pizza Hut, Domino's, the sauce isn't to my liking, then the pizza kind of just slides with that opinion. Whereas I can get away with a crust being kind of here and there.
Now, I understand what you're getting at. I love sauce. I always compare sauce over cheese, like whether you're a cheese person or a sauce person, but I understand crust makes a huge difference. Obviously, if the crust is terrible, it's going to detract from your enjoyment of the pizza.
It does. It affects...
regardless of the sauce or what ingredients are on the top of that crust, because that crust is what makes it a lot of enjoyment. You know, it's like having a smoked meat sandwich on a white bread, and it's just
lettuce.
Or lettuce. You know, I mean, it's
not
healthy.
to say that you couldn't have a lettuce smoked meat sandwich.
You can have a lettuce smoked meat sandwich, but why would you? Really, why would you? It's just not. It's not. I know it sounds judgmental, but you need that rye bread. But I mean,
It's gotta be rye.
Smoked meat is such a passion of some people. It is a bit of a risk for Schwartz's to put it on a pizza because it's not rye bread. It's not. That crust was really good, but it wasn't a rye bread crust, which you would think maybe they would have gone for, this rye bread crust. But you really can't do that for a pizza. Have a rye bread crust, and the cheese seemed to
bring it all together. Yeah, the cheese was just.
It wasn't too stretchy a cheese, but it was a hearty cheese. It wasn't as hearty as the Mike's one. I felt. It
wasn't. No, you're right. It wasn't as hearty of a cheese, and I'm not a big cheese fan. Like if I have a heavy cheese, or if people do like a double cheese or a 3 cheese, whatever cheese is supposed to be delivered with that type of pizza, I appreciate it. Extra cheese for the sake of just having cheese. People like cheese mouth. I call it cotton mouth, where you have like so much cheese, it's like you're chewing on cotton. That to me is a turn off.
Nice sauce, nice cheese, nice toppings, nice crust. And I feel Schwartz's pizza offered that. But it's not the standard frozen pizza kind, and you want to get a pizza, you don't always want to go to a restaurant for a pizza. Sometimes you just want to pop in a pizza in the oven and have it ready to go, right? But if you live in Toronto, you're not going to be able to get it because I can't find it in Toronto. So if you're in Montreal, you get to definitely enjoy this pizza. It's very limited to locations. You put 2 thumbs up.
I'm a 2 thumbs up, and for the pizza and the experience itself, I am definitely a solid 7. It touched all the factors. It gave me a good crust. It gave me great cheese. The sauce being kind of not really existent, but due to the prep of the pizza, I can let that slide.
Yeah, and I mean, what I would give it out of a score of a 10, because I like to rate things out of 10. I mean, 2 thumbs is great. I'm not Siskel or Ebert. So I will give it a solid 8.5 out of 10, I feel. It checked off all the boxes that I felt needed to be in a frozen pizza. And I don't really like frozen pizza that much.
And I would recommend any meat lover, or those that are fans like RL of Montreal smoked meat, to give this pizza a try.
Yeah, and I agree. And I hope you guys like this podcast. Like, subscribe. And on that note,
we will catch you guys later.
Yes, we will. And I will have more videos for you in the weeks, months, and years to come. Bye for now.
Cheers.